And I'm pretty much the Mugen Lord of the community, the 3D hentai community that I'm part of. And that's the funny part, Zalis. That's my 3D hentai alias. To me, I thought I wasn't good enough, but to everybody else saying, yo, this is some good stuff. And people in the comment section was saying that, yo, we'll pay for something like this. So I started testing out the market. When people started saying they'll pay for this, and the reason why I became so successful for it was because I tapped the market that most people won't tap, and that's foot fetish. Like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it 100 times. I have a foot fetish. Like, it may seem weird to a lot of people, which I don't give a damn, because if some people find it weird, it doesn't matter, because of this foot fetish thing, it allowed me to get the things that I have right here and take care of my daughter and stuff like that. I have a thing for women in knee-high socks, leggings, stockings, pantyhose, and heels and stuff like that, pretty feet and stuff like that. So I have a thing for that. And the thing is, if like when it comes to my preference or like that, if a chick, she can be nice from the head down. If her toes is nasty, her toes is jacked up, and she don't take care of her feet, that is an instant turn off for me. That's just how I am. So in summertime, when girls be wearing flip flops, my eyes like when a girl approaches me, or I'm approaching the girl, the first thing I look down is at her feet or whatever like that. Yeah, a chick's hands. Yeah, if you want to know if a female has pretty feet too, look at her fingernails. Look at her hands. Her hands tells a lot about her feet as well. How she take care of her feet, the shape of her, how she take care of her fingernails, her hands, and how, like, if her hands are like thick or whatever like that, you can tell. You can get an inkling of what her feet is like just by looking at her hand. So yeah, I love women in sexy heels. I love women in knee-high socks. It just drives me nuts. I love legs. Like it drives me nuts or whatever like that. But and the thing is, most people would never know that, because I'm really like, because most dudes are weird about it. Like me, like you would never know, because I keep it to myself or whatever like that. You would never know that I'm into that type of stuff, because I keep it to myself. You would never know. Most women never know until they actually meet me, and they're very open to it or whatever like that, because I'm not a weirdo. I'm not weird about it. So yeah, so I'm into that stuff, like foot worship. I'm into like foot jobs and all that type of stuff like that. So anyway, so what happened was, the thing is, the market that I tapped into, there's hardly any foot fetish stuff in 3D hentai or in hentai in general. There's very little stuff of it. You know what I'm saying? There's very little stuff in the foot fetish, like spectrum, when it comes to hentai, anime, whatever, comics, whatever. So I tapped into that market, and what pushed me to do that was because, like I said, I had a little bit of money, and there was a 3D artist who was taking commissions, or whatever like that, and it was my turn to take a commission, and I asked him. He was a real good 3D artist, and I asked him to do a foot job type of commission for me or whatever like that, with one of the characters and stuff like that, a video. And he was saying, well, he's not really into it. He think it's weird and all this other type of stuff. And a lot of artists think foot stuff is weird. So like I said, if somebody can't do it for you, you have to do it your damn self. So that really pushed me to start creating my own stuff, because no one would really want to dabble in the foot fetish community. So I was like, okay. So it got me into it. But this what happened. So yeah, people judge. Look, you don't understand. People who have a foot fetish, there's a lot of people people get teased for having a foot fetish. Trust me, I've seen it. And me being part of the foot fetish community, there's a lot of guys who are very ashamed of having their fetish, because people tease and make fun of them, especially women or whatever like that. So me, I've never been teased for it or whatever like that. A lot of women I meet, they just embrace it or whatever like that, and they're willing to participate in it. Thanks, Derpy, appreciate it. Yeah, they participate in it. So I never had that issue, but a lot of guys get teased for having a foot fetish, and a lot of guys get judged for having a foot fetish. So but yeah, so what happened was, all I had was $250 left in my bank account, and my goal was to buy a graphics card, upgrade the graphics and the visuals, make it more appealing, and it's going to draw more people, and more people will buy it. So I had this shitty ass Dell computer or whatever. So what I did was I took the last $250 out of my bank account, and at this point I seen it as an investment. I said, Brian, I said, MugenLord, just give it a try. What the hell do you have to lose? I tried it, upgraded my graphics card, upgraded the visuals to my hentai. I put the first one up on the internet for sale. I woke up the next day, I made $1,200. $1,200 in one day. I made $1,200.